January in Dallas brings a subtle reset. The holidays fade, routines return, the city exhales and settles back into itself. The air can be mild this time of year, the kind of weather that invites you to walk without urgency, to linger, to notice. This week in Dallas was about moving through the city at its everyday pace, letting daily life set the rhythm. Winter shifts the tone of a market. The energy is still there, but it steadies. Fewer distractions, more substance. At the Dallas Farmers Market, hands move deliberately, selecting produce, pouring coffee, exchanging greetings. This is a working rhythm. Food here feels practical, ingredients meant to be carried home and cooked. Markets like this reveal how a city feeds itself when the noise quiets down. From there, we walked through deep Ellum, where murals continue to layer color over brick and concrete, some familiar, some newly painted, all part of a neighborhood still in motion. Then Bishop Arts, where cafes soften the sidewalks and movement slows again. Some corners feel unchanged, others clearly aren't. Growth shows up in layers. You notice it most when you're moving slowly enough to see what stays and what shifts. Dallas has been investing heavily in how people gather. At the AT&T Discovery District, scale is the first thing you notice. Large screens, open plaza, water moving through the space. It's designed for pause, for lingering, for shared attention. This is a city increasingly aware of how people move through public space and what happens when you give them room to stay. Nearby, Klyde Warren Park tells a similar story. What once divided the city now connects it. Families, food trucks, fountains, Sunday energy unfolding in community. What didn't exist before now shapes how the city lives. When infrastructure works well, it disappears into daily life. You stop noticing it as an intervention and start experiencing it as normal. We approach the Dallas Museum of Art with time set aside. 5,000 years of human expression gathered under one roof. We walk museums to understand their scale, to feel their weight before settling in, to notice how creativity and beauty intertwine. Not everything needs to explain itself. Some works reward patience and a willingness to look longer than planned. Afterward, we walked through the Arts District, past the Windspear Opera House, the Meyerson Symphony Center, the Wiley Theater. These institutions no longer feel isolated. They're embedded in the life of the city now. Monuments and routines belong together. Culture doesn't sit apart from daily life. It lives alongside it. There is a moment Dallas carries whether it wants to or not. At the JFK Memorial, the tone shifts. The space is restrained, quiet, intentional. This isn't about retelling what happened. It's about acknowledging shared historical gravity. Some events never leave a place. They settle into civic memory. Standing here grounds the city in something deeper than growth or reinvention. History doesn't disappear, it integrates. At Terry Black's barbecue, both warmth and energy are present. The smokers are working, the coals are burning, smoke rises from the pits. The room is loud, full, tables packed shoulder to shoulder, country music competing with conversation. This is a place for appetite. Fresh brisket off the smokers. Some meals are meant to linger, others are meant to be felt in the moment. Both belong to the rhythm of a city. Later, we crossed the bridge at Trinity Groves Park. People moving in both directions, sidewalk vendors calling out, groups slowing, others weaving through. The city stretches out in front of you here. Lights layered across the skyline. Energy into the night. Dallas doesn't pause for January. Markets working, parks full, art embedded, history present. When you move through a city at this pace, you start to see how everyday life carries it forward. Dallas feels awake right now, in motion, fully present.